So let us start today with object-oriented programming assignment number 3. As per the syllabus contains, we have third assignment as publication company database management using inheritance concept. Okay, let us see the problem statement in detail. So this is the problem statement which is given in the university syllabus. Imagine a publishing company which does marketing for book and audio cassettes versions. Okay, create a class publication. So we have to create the first class as publication that stores the title. So title is the first data member as a string and price as a float of publications. From this class derive two classes. So we have to derive two classes. One is book and other is tape. So book which adds a page count as integer and a tape which adds a playing time in minutes as a float. So this is a kind of inheritance we have to implement. So write a program that instantiates a book and tape classes and allows user to enter data and display data members. So we have to create add data and display data functions, member functions. If an exception is caught, replace all the data member values with a zero value. So exception handling also we have to take care for certain say data members. Now let us see or let us write some task which divides this complete problem statements. Now first task we have to do is write a C++ program to create a publishing company database. So in that we will be creating a class publication and the data members with as per given problem statement we will add title and price. Title will be a string variable and a price will be a float variable. Now the second task we have derive two classes from the publication class, that is book and tape. So book is having data member page count which is an integer and tape is having data member play time, that is play duration in minutes as a float. So third is we have to instantiate book and tape classes, that means we have to declare objects of these two to accept and display the information, that means we have to write a accept function and a display function which is a member function of both. Then fourth is make use of exception handling as per the problem statement. If exception is caught, replace all data member values to 0. So here for which condition we have to catch the exception, that is not mentioned. So as per our database implementation we will be doing that. Now let us see that what kind of classes we'll be creating. So the first class we'll be creating is a publication and the data members that publication class will have title and price. We'll be making those are private and then member functions we will add and display. Add will add title and price and display will display title and price. Now because these we will be making this title and price private, these two functions will be able to access this title and prices. Now next we have a derived class book which is derived from publication. It will have data member of page count and it will have a member functions as add book and display book. Now this add book will also call this add to add the title and price and display book will also call this display to display the title and price. And here only one member is there, that is page count, which will be accepted in this add book. Let us see second class. Second is a tape class in which a data member is there play time, that is a play duration in minutes. It indicates the duration for which the particular tape will play. Member functions we have add tape and display tape. Now this add tape will add the play time plus it will call add of this function, this class, that is publication class. Display tape will display the contents play time along with this title and price. So it will call this display also. So this is the scenario which we'll be creating in the coding. Now let us go ahead and see how it is implemented in the coding. Now this is what a program is to which we will be starting. So as per our discussion, the first class which we will create is a publication class. You can see here line number 8 we are starting with class publication. Okay, in private section we have two variables, title and price, as per the description given in problem statement, string and a float, string title and float price. In public section I have add function which adds the title and price, and in this display function I am displaying title and price. Okay, so here the first message I am displaying is enter publication information and enter title of the publication. So I'm using getLine over here, line number 19, to accept the title of the publication so that it will accept spaces along with the spaces inside the title of the publication. So we can have a long titles along with the spaces. So that's why I have used getLine. Next, I am asking user for the price of the publication and accepting as a float. This completes the add. So it is adding two elements, title and price. And then I am writing a display function which is just displaying title and price. It is that easy. Now let us go ahead. This completes the class publication. Now we have inheritance implementation using the class book. Now this is a class book which is inherited from class publication as a public inheritance. So we are implementing public inheritance. So the private members of this publication class are not accessible, and private members are variables, that is title and price. Public section, we have add and display function, those are accessible here in the book. So book is the name of our new class. Now let us see what we have. So here we are declaring a private variable page count. Okay, and in public section we have a function called as add. So in add book we'll be calling the first, here the try block starts, because in problem statement it is also said that you should catch the exception, okay, and assign value to 0 if something invalid happens. So here in the add book function, the very first thing I'm doing is I'm calling add function of the base class. So here we have add function of the base class which adds two elements. Which two elements it is adding? It is adding title and price. Now after that I am asking for page count. So title price is already inputted, so I am asking for page count now, number of pages. Okay, so I'm accepting that. So now I have three elements: title, price and page count. Now if page count is less than or equal to 0, that means it is an invalid page count. So I will throw the exception, and this catch block will catch the exception, and it will give message as invalid page count, and it will assign that page count to 0 if I am putting some negative value in that case. Now what is meaning of catch and three dots here? So whatever exceptions are created in this try block, all will be catched by this catch block. So even if I am throwing any exception which is having different type, different data, it will catch it and it will execute whatever is there inside the catch. So this type of catch block is there. The reason is to catch all type of exceptions. Okay. Now let us go ahead and see the display function of this book class. In display function, I am calling a display of the base class. Now this display of base class is displaying title and price. Okay, so I am calling display function of the base class. It will display title and price. Now I want to display the page count which is available in this current class. So I am displaying page count. It is from this particular variable, and then the end. So this is what a display book is. Now similarly we have to write a tape class. Here line number 62, I am starting with class tape, in which it is derived from publication class. I have a new data member here, playtime, which is a private member. Now in public section I have add tape, here line number 67, and display tape at line number 83. So similar to that of book class, here also I have used try and catch blocks, okay, to catch the exceptions, because this condition is given in our problem statement that we have to use exception handling. So first thing which I am doing in add tape is I am calling the base class function add, and this add will accept the title and price for the tape. Okay. After that I am asking to the user for the play duration of the tape. So user will enter the play time, it will be accepted in this variable. Now if that play time is less than or equal to 0, that means it is a invalid play time. So it will be throwing the exception, it will be catched by this block, and it will display invalid play time, and it will assign play time as 0. Okay, so this is how we have to display the exception message. Now let us see what is there in the display type function. So here in display type, I am calling the first line, a line number 85, the display function of the base class. Base class means what? Publication class. So that class is displaying the title of the tape, as well as it is displaying price of the tape. Now, right now, after that, I am displaying the play time over here in minutes. Okay, and I am ending. So this is a display of a tape class. This completes the three classes. Now let us see in the main function. I am writing a menu driven program. So first I will display the complete menu. For all the options I am displaying 1 to 5. So first option to add information to the books. Second option is to add information to tapes. Okay. So, and third option is display information of books, and fourth is display information of tapes. So similarly, let us see switch cases. So in switch cases, if case 1 is there, I have kept a count, B count. B count represents the book count. So initially it is 0. Okay, and as I will add one book, it will increment by 1. If I am adding 2, 3, so it will go on incrementing. That's why B1 of B count dot add a book. So here you can see I have declared this B count to 0, as well as B count I am using for book count, and T count I am using for tape count. Both are initialized to 0 initially, and after that, in case 1, I am trying to add the books one by one to this B1 array. So B1 is what? Here you can see line number 93. B1 is array of objects. Which objects? Book object. So I have declared array of objects over here for the books. Books array of object is B1 and tape array of object is T1. So I will be storing all book information in B1 and all tape information in T1. Let us again see the cases. So here B1 of B count dot add book. That means it will add the first book. Next time this loop will continue, it will add second book, third book, and that way this B count will have the count of total number of books I have in the database. Similarly, if case 2, that means I want to add record to the tape information. So this should be add information to tape database, and this is add info to book database. Okay, so here in tape database I have array T1. T count keeps the count of number of tapes. It will add the first, it will increment the count, it will add the second, it will increment the count. So finally T count will have the total number of tape records I have in tape database. Okay, so this is how the case 2 works. Now case 3 is just I want to display information of the books. You can see here this is publication information of the books. So J will start from 0 and it will be less than B count, that means total number of book record information, and it will display from 0th record up to the maximum record. That means if I have 5 records, it will display from 0 to 4. Okay. Similarly, case 4, if I want to display information of all tapes, then T count has the total count of the tape records. Suppose I have 4 tapes information, so this T count will be 4. So this loop will start with 0 to 3 and it will display all 4 records. And fifth case is a exit case. So this is how we are going to implement the publication information database. So let us see how it works. So basically the publication base class we are reusing in both for book records as well as for tape records. So this is the menu which is displayed for our database. Let us select the options. First option to add the record. I will give first name of the book. So I am adding to the book record concepts of. This is the name of the book. The price of the publication is 300 rupees. The page count I have is 450 pages. Okay, this is the first record I have added. I will add one more record and title will be concepts of Java this time. Okay, so price of the publication is 200. Pages I have 100. I have added second record. Let us see how these records are stored. Now option is 3. So these two records I have added. Concept of C++, 300 is price then 450 is page count, similarly the second record. Now I will add tape records, the second option. So title of the tape I have to give C++, then price of it is 200 rupees, and then the play duration is 40 minutes. Okay, I will add one more tape information, that is a Java, and I will give some price to it and duration. Let us see how many two records are there. Okay, for tapes, this is the first. For 40-minute duration is a play time. Here 30-minute duration is second. This is how we can maintain the publication information, maybe in the form of tapes or maybe in the form of books. Okay, so I hope this will help you to understand how the publication database is maintained by using the concept of the inheritance. Thank you so much.